Hello there, Chroniclers. How are you doing in this fine day, or night, or evening, or whatever time that Apollos and Artemis has designated for you? Today we'll keep going with our Greek mythology series. So in our last episode, we saw Zeus hidden in the mystical island of Crete, probably going through one of those training montages, you know? Those approaching to give it your best. You gotta reach your prime. Then you need to put yourself to the test and show us the passage of time. You need a montage. Montage! Take some montage! Montage! So that he can get ready to fight Kronos. But it's in this moment when he's training himself in the hidden military arts that he receives a visit from a mysterious woman. And at first, Zeus is frightened because he thinks that he's been discovered by his father or whatever. But then he realizes that this woman is Metis. She was the Titan goddess of health and prudence. It just makes me think, like, who decides what these deities belong to? Is it like a roll of the dice kind of thing? It's like, boom, you're born. You are the god of picking your own nose. Something to think about. But anyway, so yeah, Metis. She is the daughter of the Titan Oceanus and Tetris. Oh no wait, Thetis. And as she approached Zeus, she explained to him that she was on his side, because even though she was a Titan, not all the Titans were in favor of Kronos and his unjust tyranny. Some, like her parents and another Titan called Themis, were fed up with Kronos' arbitrary injustices, especially since Themis was the Titaness of justice, so she more than anyone could not stand for what Kronos was beginning to represent in his tyranny. Metis explained to Zeus that the other Titans weren't rebelling against Kronos because they were afraid of him and his power, but Metis was different. She was willing to do something about it, and she explained to Zeus that she discovered him when she approached her aunt, Rhea, Zeus's own mother, and as she explained to Rhea that she had to do something about Kronos, that's when Rhea revealed to her that she had a secret weapon, which was Zeus, training in the island of Crete. So then in that conversation with Metis and Zeus, as she explains her backstory, she asks him, "So what's your plan to defeat and replace your father Kronos anyway?" And Zeus was all like, "I'm gonna train really hard, make my biceps the size of an SUV, then bash father's face in." That's when Metis was like, "Oh crap, he's a moron. This is the universe's best hope? We're screwed." So Metis gently explains to the hulking mass of furious muscles in front of her that he's gonna need a better plan than that. So they spend a couple of days hatching a plan, and she becomes his official counselor as they plot the beginning of a new era for the universe and how they're gonna bring that about. You can imagine a young god man with jumping hormones, and this is Zeus, of course, that we're talking about, with this pretty titaness girl. Their relationship became a little more than just a professional thing after like the first few days, if you know what I'm saying. And this is when Metis is like, wait a minute, if we can find a way to release the Hecatoncheires and the Cyclopsi, however you pronounce the plural form of that, from Tartarus, then you can have an army. And that way, you'll be able to defeat Kronos and his supporters. So Zeus needed to sneakily find a way in to Tartarus. But when he left Crete in the middle of the night and beheld the entrance of the bottomless pit of Tartarus to then find his destiny down in the abyss, that's when the most crazy mythological creature appeared in front of him. Now this thing is just an insanely psychedelic creature of mythology. Whichever poor Greek came up with this thing was on some serious shrooms, I can tell you that. And I'm of course talking about Campe, the guardian of the pit. She's like half woman, half dragon, and some descriptions of her have like animal faces popping out around her waist and stuff, and she's constantly shifting from one form to another. It's just this insane manifestation of chaotic evil, and she's all like, "Who dares trespass in my domain?" And then Zeus is like, "There's only one thing I can do. Dark Souls time." So they basically have a Dark Souls boss battle, and screw you, Dark Souls 2 was a good game. Anyway, Zeus has a boss battle. He defeats Campe, and then he proceeds into the next level of his quest by freeing all his crazy extended family. All the monsters with 100 hands and 100 feet, and all the giants with the 1 eyes. And they're all like, "Yay, we're free after aeons of being trapped into the bottomless pit of the earth." But you have to keep in mind that some of these creatures, despite their brutish appearance, a lot of them were actually extremely intelligent. And the Cyclops, they used that intelligence to forge a mighty weapon, the mightiest weapon that has ever been seen in the universe. One so powerful that only a god could wield it. So of course, Zeus is like, well, you're in luck, give me that thing. And that's how he received his thunderbolt. And from then on, the Cyclops became his own personal blacksmiths. Then Zeus commissioned 2 more divine mysterious items for them to build, and as they were working on those things, he was waiting to enact the second part of the plan that Metis had envisioned, because of course he was too much of a moron to come up with a plan on his own. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that, but it's literally thundering outside. I think Zeus is not very pleased with how I'm portraying his story. So since the moment that Metis had arrived at the island to find Zeus, and as they started to hatch the plan, she began working on a secret mysterious potion, which was going to be crucial for their 5-dimensional chess thing later on. But she still hadn't finished it, which was becoming a problem because with Campe defeated and the prisoners having escaped from Tartarus, it was just a matter of time before Kronos and his faction would realize what was going on. Zeus is like, Metis, you might not be ready, but we have to start the second phase of the plan immediately. I might be a moron, but I know something about timing. And what was the second part of the plan anyway? Well, my friends, it was quite straightforward actually. Zeus just waltzes in to Kronos' palace, and Kronos is like, well, who the hell are you? Because remember, they had never met, so Kronos had no clue what Zeus would look like, and he didn't even know Zeus was out there because he ate a rock with a smiley face earlier, and he thought that that was Zeus. Zeus is like, well, I'm just a guy, and I need a job, because, you know, we all do in this economy. Could I just crash in your place and, I don't know, scrub the floors every once in a while? And Kronos is like, meh, okay. And all the other Titans were thrilled at this, because being tyrants, they would love any opportunity to bully and oppress the unfortunate. So they had Zeus doing the most disgusting, difficult jobs imaginable. And one evening, Zeus is just, I don't know, cleaning the floors of the palace, while he is able to sneakily eavesdrop on an important conversation between Kronos and his right hand, Atlas, the Titan. And in that conversation, Atlas is like, well, Kronos, something strange is going on in the underworld. They're gonna have to send somebody there to see what's going on. And Zeus is like, oh crap, time is running out. But then, to his luck, he just hears Kronos going like, whatever, I'm sure that can wait after the party I have in mind. Tomorrow, I want to get wasted in this drinking competition I've been planning for weeks. And Zeus is like, a drinking competition! That's the opportunity I've been waiting for! So he runs back to his island, and to his luck, Metis had just finished making the potion. And so Zeus is like, oh, thank you, baby! And then he kisses her on the cheek, and then takes the potion, and runs back to Kronos' palace, just in time for this crazy cosmic party that the Titans have going on. And then as everyone starts drinking and trying to outdrink each other and get drunk and vomiting all over the floor and making fun of Zeus as he shows up because they're like, hey, servant boy, you're gonna have to clean all this mess up tomorrow. Sucks to be you, ha 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 ha. But then Zeus is thinking to himself, the turns will table tomorrow. Because you gotta remember, he wasn't very smart, so simple idioms were probably too much for him. So in that party, just as Kronos is getting really drunk, Zeus is like, oh, powerful king of the universe, do you want an actual challenge? I got with me here a very powerful drink, and no one else can drink this and maintain their composure. But this is a drinking competition, right? And I'm sure you as the king of the gods, I'm sure you can withstand this challenge, eh? And Kronos, being very proud, is like, oh yeah, give me that. And he drinks the thing, and then suddenly it starts to mess with his insides, and he just throws up all over the ground, having regurgitated 5 very pissed off deities that were his own kids that he ate and swallowed and were just growing and coming of age in his stomach this whole time. That's when Zeus just looks at his father and is like, your reign is ended, father! I'll be your daddy now! And that's it for today. I hope you like that and that you will join us in the next one. Peace.